Alright, so look at those fucking grades. I passed. Not just passed, but did pretty good. There you go. For my ACSM, Certified Personal Trainer. Now the test is 150 questions. I basically studied like a fucking maniac because I have fucking problems, you know, social problems. Not really, but I studied using these books. I used this book here, which is really it has 90 study questions, which they're pretty helpful. Some I did see in the test. Uh, they just weren't worded exactly the same. I also used this book. As you can see, I fucking posted it, this little fucking book, like crazy, because this book goes into detail. This book has like special populations, pretty cardiorespiratory, fucking resistance training, everything for special populations, just about anything. It's really detailed. So this is felt helpful. I also had a ACSM's resources for the personal trainer. I just don't have that book with me. I have to give it back. And one last book that just made things clearer. This book helps too. So those books, yeah. I mean, you have to know risks for coronary cardiovascular disease. Like you just have to know everything about that fucking shit. Like it's it's age, family history, cigarette smoking, sedentary lifestyle, obesity, hypertension, dyslipidemia, and prediabetes. And you have to know what are the positive risk factors for that, and you have to know the negative risk factor, which is high density lipoprotein, cholesterol above or greater than 60 milligrams per deciliter. Besides that, you have to know what are the benefits of cardiorespiratory training, benefits of resistance training, what type of program would you prescribe a sedentary person? What type of program would you describe a hypertensive person? It's a lot of shit you gotta read. But also, I also downloaded apps that really helped me. I'll tell you which ones they are. This app here. This app. This one. See, it has like a little dumbbell. This one right here. It's called ACSM CPT. That one was helpful because it had all the answers, it had questions, and not just you don't just get the answers. It also tells you what page they're on the textbook that's resources for the personal trainer, volume 4. This one also here. Oh fuck. This one was all right. Like Cert Mantra. Like that one was all right. It had a lot of it had like 300 questions or something like that, and it didn't have explanations for the answers. It just has the right answers, and you study. There's nothing to study. You just take the quizzes, and if you get it wrong, it tells you which one is your right answer, but it doesn't tell you why it's the right answer. So it was okay. It didn't help me that much, but it's it's something to just reinforce. This one was really fucking like compared this app compared to the exam. This app is so much more like questions in this app make you fucking think because it's called Pocket Prep. Like this has some really difficult questions, like double negative and double positive or positive and negative questions. Like what is not appropriate for a not sedentary, what I mean. Like it had what's an appropriate training intensity for a sedentary, individual. But it's not just that. What's not inappropriate? It's fucking. It just it gave me fucking headaches. But yeah, so those apps I used, and yeah, just and also terms like fuck inferior, superior, inferior, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, your movements like circumduction, movement to the sagittal plane, movement to the transverse plane. See, I'm fucking burnt out. I'm burnt the fuck out. So those are the things that I used. Just basically, I just basically just went on Google and just fucking Googled pretty much as I can, as much as I could. From what else did I? What else? Oh, and you have to know a lot about initial. I'm so fucking retarded. Initial client consultation, which they're gonna ask you a lot about that. About that, like what do you do when what do you do in the screening process? What do you not do in the screening process? Do you assess in the screening process, or do you not assess in the screening process? Who do you need medical clearance for, and who do you not need medical clearance for? That, and there was a small part of legal, professional, and business domain, which is, like what's a sole proprietor, what's an S corporation compared to a limited liability corporation, all that kind of shit. And safety also is a big issue in the test. Like what enhances safety in the facility. People who have certifications in first aid, or people who are just one of those answers was people who are nicer. Just common sense stuff. But you just have to know about that. And that's pretty much it. And thank fucking God I finally did it. I was studying like a fucking maniac. Like I was obsessive about it. But I'm done, so that's pretty good. And that's pretty much it.